Greetings, Chi. Can you hear me? 1 2 1 2 3 4 ABC XYZ. Yes. Coming to you from Sky's the Limit Smoke Shop. Here we go. Another little live while we're here. Did a little outside weather report, sky report for you earlier. I think you were there, Roger. And how's it going, Chi? Hope you're enjoying the weekend out there, folks. Hola, Polly. Yeah, we got a little bit of news to share. We'll check out some of these live cams while the sun's out. At least the sun's out here. Not sure how it is out your way. Actually got a little bit brighter. It was looking a little murky out there earlier. We got bro hanging out. Gerald stepping into the room. What's up, G? Saliman in the house. Wagwan man. Yes, saya. Saliman, bring the fire. Got me going in patois style now already, man. Yes. Yeah, long weekend. Who knows? We might get Monday off. We'll see how things go. But yeah, let's get into some of these news reports. We got some news reports. At least I got one that I want to touch on. Since, a lot of us are into going out into nature. Some of us try to as much as possible. Some of us don't. But it's important. There's certain little guidelines if you do go out into the nature, desert, woods, whatever it may be. Be sure to follow these guidelines. And I like what, of course, Politis puts out. You should carry, what is it? What do they call it? One of those locator beacons. Or what else do they call them? The spot device. There's another word I'm thinking of. Transponder. But now we know that a lot of the phones, especially the iPhones, I'm not sure about the other phones yet. Come on, Android, get up on it. Do you have an SOS on your phone? All right. Bro has an Android. He does have an SOS feature on it. I know the iPhones do now. And that's taking over these transponders now. I guess it's I used to have one of those Garmin transponders. It's the IS. Forget the model exactly, but yeah, we've talked about this. We'll be talking about a lot of things we've talked about before, but yeah, so I don't carry those anymore. The old iPhone takes its place now. So yeah, it's one of those things you want to carry when you're going out. Of course, letting someone know where you're going, when you're going to be back. Checking the weather. Come on, folks. What's up, chat? What are the other things? Water. Maybe want to take some water and snacks with you. I like to carry a multi-tool, some sort of knife or something. There's those emergency blankets you could fold up really easy and just pack away just in case. You never know. I've actually finally got to use one of those. It wasn't an emergency. Well, it wasn't a life-threatening emergency. It was an emergency because it was cold. And yeah, it came through handy. Did its thing. It's kind of loud and crunchy. It was one of those almost like cellophane type material. But what is it? Mylar-ish. Yeah, Mylar. What do they call it? Space blankety. I was going to say space blankety. Yeah. Yeah, we actually do have a couple news reports. I was just hearing about this one about a fatal attack. Yeah, bad news over in Florida, St. Petersburg, is it? And they say St. Petersburg is one of it's the oldest, according to US history, the oldest or first city in the US, is it? Gerald could maybe someone fact check me. Just don't chin check me. What is it? Let's see. And so of course you're gonna think old world, and yes, there's a lot of interesting, beautiful buildings there. And aren't isn't Brian Sang holding his event out that way? I forget the name of the event. It might download. But yeah, it was out that way, and I guess they have a old Scientology facility there that hasn't been used. Is where they like recruit. But then Clearwater is one of their mega bases, just like LA is out here. You know, they have a bunch of buildings all over LA. We recently, it was last year, I think, did some outside explorations of those buildings. And it came to my attention that a lot of those buildings seem to be of the old world. And so we're focusing on that a bit. You know, I was making it brief because you don't want to get Scientology's attention and have them after you. So yeah, thankfully nothing like that happened. But yeah, there was actually so yeah, somehow Scientology's name came up during this incident out that way. We'll take a look at the article. And for those that don't know what we're talking about when we say old world or old world buildings, some might know it as Tartaria. And I recently also seen a video on YouTube. I forget the channel, big following over there. But they were totally firing back at those that at the whole topic. And he was mentioning, Tartaria. So I was like, well, yeah, I could see that. But when you go old world, you know, there's other civilizations that are involved with that, not just Tartaria. I think when I think about it, but I get it when people mention Tartaria, I think of old world, and so yeah, that's what I think of that. And so anyway, yeah, this channel fired some pews at the whole topic, and maybe I'll dig it up and share it at some point. But yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really feeling it. I watched most of the video. Anyway, so yeah, let's take a look. We have a little. I got this little video slide set up where it's like my little old world intro. So we'll look at that to give folks an idea of the types of buildings, and the topic has many tentacles, like many topics do. And so maybe some vibe with certain tentacles and some don't. And that's all good. But here's the little clip. There's some local buildings here. That one's down the block too. Cemetery, City Hall, middle school, up that one. Sonic Temple in Hollywood, the Hall, Church St. Peter's Church, I think in Pasadena, and that was the gates of some building in downtown here. Forget what that building was, but yeah, it's stuff like that. And a lot of us think that stuff wasn't built by us, or at least our civilization, right? Hmm. Who else is stepping in here? Let's see. And how's the weekend going? Look, I'm getting some feedback. Wonder what that's about. Is that someone drilling out there? Oh, it's someone drilling outside. Maybe they're doing some dental work next door or something. Luckily, bro was here to confirm that because I would have started pushing buttons here and checking some of the tabs to see if they were playing or not because that happens sometimes. And excuse me for the other night, I noticed I was talking over the newscaster. It's kind of annoying. Couldn't tell what I was saying. And I got a feature here called ducking, but I think that feature only works when there's other people. When I have guests, I think that ducking feature is to lower the other guest's volume and then let me speak, and then or whoever's speaking and lower our volumes. Yeah, got to figure out the ducking. Whack, whack. Uh, yeah, so weird situation there in Florida, and you know the when I went to go check out these Scientology buildings, when I was like, oh, you know what, they're look like old world buildings. Uh, I had no idea that the protests and all this stuff was going on at the time. And I know usually people do protest, but things have heated up like within the last. It was like the ending of last year is when I started noticing. I noticed when I actually went to go check out the Big Blue building. It's called on Sunset Boulevard, right by like Kaiser Permanente and all that. And it was nighttime, and the Big Blue, they call it, because it's a big blue building, and it's Art Deco style. And some of these people that have been protesting are like ex members and got YouTube channels and have been really going at it, live streaming and doing their thing. And one of them was talking about the Big Blue building, and there's a facility next door across the street, and that's where it's L. Ron Hubbard Way. Like L. Ron Hubbard, I guess, owns that street. Um, and they have their own security, and LAPD really helps them out a lot too. There's a facility next door that they have also, and this one guy, I forget his name, he was just live right now talking about this fatal situation, and he's his channel, he goes by Growing Up in Scientology. So you could check him out there and find out more details about that situation because he was actually going in on it. He mentioned about the building going underground into that next door facility across the street, but he didn't mention of anything else being connecting to anything else. But he did mention that one time. So yeah, there you go. And we do believe that a lot of these buildings connect underground. There's all this talk lately of underground tunnels, and there's dead fish cheese spread. What up? And talks of like old train railroad tracks and tunnels and bricks, and then other older stuff too, maybe like cavern type stuff, which I don't doubt. Not only here and many other places. And of course, the talks of caves come up too. What up, Lil Cam 51? And there's Roxanne. Roxanne. Yeah. So, you know, we've dove in a little bit into Scientology, which also leads me to the Devil's Gate Dam, which we got to do. Still in the back burner. Maybe we could drag bro with us. Some of his friends have gone recently, but we got to get up there and check things out, bring you all along. So, again, a reminder for myself. And there's Tyler Ford, a little past 420 here, too, about an hour past 420. So, I'm sure everyone got their sesh on. However, you sesh. Cheers to you. And smoochy. How's it smooching? Hillbilly Herb, too. Stepping in, brother. What's up? Always good to have him during a session. You know, guys like Tyler 420, Hillbilly Herb, dead fish cheese spread. You know, he gets down with it. And yeah, also speaking of underground and da da da, we've been talking Pasadena. We saw Pasadena City Hall and that little slide there. There's a YouTube channel of a business owner in the old Pasadena area where a lot of these buildings are. And we've gone in on Pasadena quite a bit. Recently, there's some speed chases out of there. One wasn't so speedy. It was a slow speed chase. It was a Charger, surprisingly. But then the other one was a motorbike. That one got a little fast. But Pasadena's been in the news again lately. So yeah, so this Instagrammer, Armenian man, a very, very yeah, trippy dude. But he's been doing these videos and letting people come in and check out his place. And it's an old brick, literally brick and mortar. And yeah, he's taking people down, and he's talked about the tunnels under there and how certain businesses connect and where they connect to, and the paranormal activity going on there. Super cool. Dropped him a message, see if I could go by, but I think I should just drop by, maybe pretend I'm like shopping or something, and then be like, "Hey, aren't you the guy the tunnel guy?" Yeah. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, we got customers coming in. Always good to see customers. It was a little slow today here, but I don't know. I think I was expecting, Saturday. Usually but you never know. It's not over yet. Got about a hour and a half left here at Sky's the Limit Smoke Shop. Yeah, tap in with us, folks. You could Google us. You could reach us now. Bro made some changes to the time there and the contact number, and still talks of upgrading to actual website where you could make purchases. That'd be a great big move, and I'm kind of saying it to poke at bro right now, saying it quietly too, but I'm sure he could hear us. Yeah, let's see here. Boom. And I don't know, do we have our that I put our Instagram to the shop as well? There's two pages. There's one for the skate side and one for the smoke shop side. There it is. And maybe someone in the chat, anyone good with the hot links? Come on, it's Memorial Day weekend. There's should be plenty of hot linkers out there. Hot links on the grill, hot links in the chat. Drop them. There's the hot line. Speaking of hot things, what else is hot up in here? We got see, is it showing up? It's not showing up. It's making me go see through though. That's pretty cool. Just got to make sure I don't zap myself. It's my invisible bug zapper. Anybody own one of these? My brother's excited. There it is. Yeah, the racket. Bzz. We'll have to get some audio for you. I think bro's probably got some audio and visuals of some zappings. Anyone been zapped by Bigfoot? Or one of these bug zappers? I was just checking out this live stream. There was a Bigfoot live stream. Had a few people on there. Interesting. I don't know who they were. It just popped up for me. I was subscribed, but didn't hit that ding dong yet. But yeah, folks, make sure about hitting that ding dong. Make sure you hit that ding dong down here. Yeah. Make sure you're getting your notifications, because it's all sketchy when it comes to YouTube and all that. But I'm glad to see everybody up in here. And again, I hope you're enjoying the weekend. What's Saliman saying? What the Iman saying there? Woo! Damn, just see a dude roll by on a skateboard, blasted up, meaning tattoos all over. Hat backwards. Jeez. Speaking of characters out here in East LA, it was a little calm during the stream earlier, but the other day we did have a Goldman appearance actually, it's not Goldman. La Mascarada de Plata. Goldface, because Goldman is actually along with Silverman, Platinum Man. They're usually up on Hollywood Boulevard. On the boulevard doing their thing, frozen, pantomiming and and stuff, pantomiming and. Yeah, let's pull up Goldface. Let's see here. Do we have Goldface ready to go? He was tripping me out because he had pulled up. And yeah, you can see him on the bike there. I don't know what was in the backpack, but it looked packed. And he had this pointy stick. We're fond of pointy sticks. And it just wasn't trusting him riding around with that gold mask. Anyway, he eventually lost the backpack. I don't know what he did with it. Looks like a pretty cool backpack too. And caught the bus after a while. Yeah, the bus let him in. They let his bike on the rack. They let him in like everyone else. If I would have that bus driver, I would have been like, "Hold up, sir. What's under that mask there?" So yeah, Goldface makes an appearance here in East LA, Boyle Heights. Saw he was dipping back and forth between the borderline there. There goes Marcos. And they're still drilling away there. Maybe someone's getting a special hairdo over at the barbershop. So who knows what I was talking about last there before Goldface. Maybe someone could remind me. We're talking about underground tunnels, Pasadena, da da da. And here is the let's see. Nope, we don't want to do that one yet. Yeah, so I don't think I pulled that particular article of the Scientology, but I gave you the lowdown on it. I'm sure if anyone's interested, they will check that out. But on this front, we're talking about safety and stuff when you're heading out to nature, when you're heading out anywhere, right? But especially going hiking, there's we've talked about it before, and it's been talked about certain circles that I think it's highly dangerous, even for men to go hiking unprepared. But women also going out there and hiking alone. And I'm seriously clearing my throat there. Yeah, I think it's highly dangerous, especially around, I mean, anywhere. We've been talking about that situation in New England where they're finding, last I heard, it was 10, was it 10 bodies or 12? I think it was there. And I haven't heard any updates with the happenings there. I'll have to catch up maybe tonight and see what's going on. But creepy and scary stuff. And they're being found throughout the wooded areas, which has always been a thing. The woods, you think of scary stuff, cult activity, cryptid, ET, you name it. Everything goes down in the woods, right? Little people. And uh, but at the same time, it could be a very peaceful, recharging place, depending where you go and the activities you're partaking in, right? What you're doing, how you doing it. And so yeah, here we got outside of LA, we have locally the San Gabriel Mountains, the Angeles National Forest. And I've missed it already. I haven't been up since the fires. Been wanting to. And we'll probably be heading up there soon. I talked about my brother going up there this last Monday. We had off, and little little baby got to get in the little river there. And so yeah, here locally we have there is a river, there's water flow, there's a waterfalls and stuff and pools if you know where to find them. And I've been to a couple, but there's so many more. And I see these people on Instagram and stuff, especially that go to these like hidden gems that are all right up in here. It's amazing. So when you think of Southern California, yeah, it gets hot out here and dry and there's desert but again, I like to remind people we have the coast here, we have the mountains, and there is snow in certain areas. There was, uh, so we do get snow, and so we get those all those elements. Uh, we forget that it's not all concrete jungle and Babylonia, Babylon. It's not all Babylon out here, man. And we like to chant down Babylon, right? Yes, I lick a shot. Um. So yeah, the safety. So here we have, and there's a lot of incidents. Some we've covered everything from the strange missing persons cases to the homicides, true crime stuff that has happened up here. And we haven't even covered it all. We were getting into Northern California, which we might dive into a little bit tonight. We'll see how things pan out. But welcome to anyone else stepping in live here. And so yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on. I could go on and on about situations, and here recently we got this scary situation with this man. And that's one of the main things. Of course, we got all these trippy things that we're into. I mentioned the cryptids and the paranormal, ghosts, and you name it, ETs and the little people, and what's the other one, the walkers, and yeah, could go on and on about it. Oh yeah, but Dog Man, right? Forgot him. Sorry, Dog Man. We forgot the Dog Man. And so, but yeah, a lot of us do know that the people, people are one of the main ones to watch out for. And the stuff that people do is just insane. And we've been following some of the stuff out here. And just a heads up for those folks that, are high vibe tribe and all that. We do get into the dark topics. So, but yeah, this is, a good warning here, just a heads up. And we have this guy. Let's get into this here. It's KTLA Channel 5. It's funny. We used to live like 2 blocks from KTLA. And KTLA, we talked about it possibly being who mentioned it? Old World building. The building outside of it, there's these big pillars there that are probably been kind of like facaded in a way, probably looked different way back in the day, but yeah, could be one of these buildings. Here we go. Let's get a little volume here, DJ.
A man accused of being extremely dangerous and attacking hikers on Mount Baldy is in custody tonight. Authorities say.
And yes, Mount Baldy is another one we've been talking about as far as the strange disappearances, accidents, and all that. Mount Baldy is a hot spot. We featured some of my brother's clips. He's been up that way. He's hiked up to the Devil's Backbone, showed that. And again, we talk about places with the name Devil in it, right? And so Mount Baldy, a lot of things. There's this lady, live streamer, went up there and actually streamed her fall to her transition into the other world. Stuff like that constantly happening up there. We've reported on some of it. And so this is the Mount Baldy area. And actually, my brother tried to go this time around, but they chose another spot. Because areas around Mount Baldy have recently burned and are still closed. And so a heads up on that. But apparently some areas are open because we got this this dude here. What's up, brother? Hang on. All right. See, and that's what I'm talking about there. Just had this homeless dude come in and walk straight over towards me. Luckily, he walked to the video game console and was going to try to play some Pac-Man there, but my brother just kicked him out. And yeah, just in bad condition, And I'm sure bro's probably gonna burn some sage up in here in a minute. But that's how it's going down, folks. You got to be ready. And actually, I got something right here, so watch out. And actually, this is something you should carry. Some bear mace and some other things. We got pointy sticks and microphones with long cords and a few other things I could use here as well. But here we go, Mount Baldy again.
A 66-year-old Patrick Flynn attacked at least 6 hikers in the San Gabriel Mountains this year. The latest incident happened last week in the Dry Lake Canyon area. That's when Flynn allegedly blocked the path of a hiker and her dog and began throwing branches at her. 2 other hikers stepped in to help her get away. The LA County Sheriff's Department says he lives in an abandoned house in the forest. They want to hear from any other possible.
He lives in an abandoned house in the forest. What? Watch out. We got to go look for this house, huh? All right. Let's see what else. So get a good look at this dude.
Victims.
All right. That was that. Thank you. And yeah, that's not the first time stuff like that happens. The other day, I forgot, I didn't share with my brother, but he'll get to hear me. I was here setting up the studio and everything, connecting wires and stuff. And my hearing's been a little bit off. And I turned around, and the dude that just came in right now was a white dude. This time it was a black lady, and very skinny, small. And I turn around, and she's like right there. And I was like, and I didn't even have time to like freak out or scream or anything. I was just like, whoa, what? Like, can I help you? And she's not responding at all. Like, this dude he took off and was like knocking his head. Yeah, he was knocking his head when my brother told him to get out. And she just stood there staring up into space, into sky's the limit. And that's happened a lot of times. A lot of them will just come in like that and just stare off into nothing. And I'll try to like communicate with them. Some will communicate, and there are some people that are homeless that we do business with. They do come in, make some purchases and whatever, but there's some that are just on another level. And yeah, it could be very scary and dangerous. Anyway, I'm way out of. Let's see, Alex Stein. What's going on with Alex Stein? Clearwater, Florida. Demanded, and they're looking for Miscavige. I think Miss Miscavige is the one who's been missing, right? I haven't heard any updates on that, but last I heard, we talked about this, that she was in Petrolia, California, and we talked about Petrolia. I was like, Petrolia, because we just recently mentioned it, because it's way off on the coast of Humboldt County. But it doesn't surprise me, because I did hear when I was up that way that Scientology had some property out there, and supposedly with some bunkers underground. And yeah, there's a YouTube video. I don't know if we featured it. I might have shared it. Got someone coming in, bro. Got a customer coming in. Let's see. Customer coming in, bro. Yeah, what up, Kaz? Yeah, they did a drone flyover the property there. It was super cool. So I don't know if we featured that or if I just shared that out in a post. But maybe we'll get into that again. And oh yeah, we've talked about that also. I've stayed in an Airbnb near the Grove, right along the Russian River there. That's Sonoma County. And let's see, I don't know if Digger Dog's in this chat now, but He's up in Sonoma, very close to where that is. And good evening to you, Judy. And anyone else I might have missed. Let's see. Fish references. We got Dead Fish sharing quite a bit of stuff here. Let's see. Kill Devil Falls by Fish references, a real place, a coastal town in North Carolina, Outer Banks. This town is the site of the Wright brothers' first powered flight in 1903. Yeah, interesting. And even the whole Wright brothers thing we've questioned in the topic of the old world, you know, were they really the original, or were they just repurposing some tech that was already around? Who knows? And what else was it about the Wright brothers? I'll bring this up. Boom. Recently, we were talking about here in the Pasadena, it's actually Altadena-ish, Pasadena-ish, is the haunted forest. And we've been there many times. Had some weird audio come out of there, which Kaiju Ninja 1984 helped break down for us. We'll have to tap in on one of these nights and go through that audio, share that. And then, again, thank you, Kaiju, for doing that, brother. So yeah, that haunted forest has that name for a reason. And actually, there's a mansion there that the Freemasons of Pasadena used to own, and then it got passed down. I think before the Freemasons, it might have been the Wright brothers, and then the Cobb, because it's called Cobb Estate. You could look this up, Cobb Estate, Altadena, or Pasadena, and then you'll see they call it Enchanted Forest or Haunted Forest. And when we were last talking about that place, you know, we done some live stream. I was able to do a little live stream one time at night. Had some owls hooting all loud, scared me. We've gone up during the day, found some surprisingly a teepee like stick structure one time, and then we've reported on the old. It's on Bobby Short's website, I believe. A Bigfoot report out of there, and then and this is it's the San Gabriel Mountains, Angeles National Forest, but you're at the bottom, foothills. And so the Freemasons also owned it. The Wright brothers, that's why we're mentioning this, also owned that estate there, which is no longer. All you see is the foundation of it. But yeah, paranormal hotspot. And I've been wanting to check to see if that burned there. And also, so there's a trail that'll lead you up the mountain. And at the top of the mountain, we've done this hike before. But the last time we did it was my brother and my two sisters. It was a great day. It was on Siblings Day too, which was super cool. And we found all these train parts up there because there used to be a train and a hotel up there that burned, which is a big topic with these buildings, these old world buildings, and them burning. And then the train carts come up again. So probably from the old world, and just, you know, repurpose that also. Cause I don't know how the heck they brought all that material up there, up the mountain there at that time. And I'm sure someone will have some information on it. But yeah, I think it's worth it, a deep dive and going back to explore up there if it didn't burn. And speaking of burning, quite a few spots, Mount Shasta, we were reporting had some fires going. I haven't heard any updates on that, but I did hear over in Trinity County, California, which is right next to Humboldt, another Bigfoot hotspot, and Strange County that we talk about a lot here. And fires burning near Lewiston Lake. So heads up, things are starting to turn up here. And yeah, I'm just a bit worried about what summer's going to be like, since we had the start to this year here in Southern California with these two massive fires here and other fires going on. There's more than two. But yeah, I can't. And that was not during the summer. So I could only imagine things heating up. Yeah, we got to take that safety. So yeah, again, folks, that article, watch out when you're out hiking, Bigfooting, squatching, bird watching, shrooming, picking mushrooms. I mean, and even being out in the ocean, got to take those precautions, right? No bananas on board. Yes, very incredible, Judy. owned it or founded it. I like founded it. Yeah. All right. So let's take a look. Let's see at the time. So we're going to be coming up to 6 o'clock here. So we'll have a look at some of the live cams. I was going to get into the other night again, going up to Northern California. We're touching on Mendocino. I don't know, did we touch on Trinity again? Humboldt and some of the true crime going on in Bigfoot country. And there was several, and there's a lot more cases of true crime in Bigfoot country that we could go on. I have several that I didn't share that night and lined up ready to go here. I shared what's up the Robert Durst and another finding of some remains where the prolific serial killer Robert Durst used to live in Trinidad, California, Humboldt County. These remains were found on the beachhead there in I believe it was 30 years ago or something like that. But now they're using like new DNA and stuff like that and putting things together. We kind of got into that article and also some other remains a little further down the coast, not far at all, over at Clam Beach that may have belonged to some native peoples we've been touching on. And also that the crime up that way is not a new thing. Things have been going on since uh, the settlers first came, and or some would like to call inheritors, whatever you want to call them. And then yes, massacres have been talked about and up in that area, and we'll touch on that because it's I think important also because it just to me also the Patty situation with the massacres been coming up and that happened up there. So just a lot of bloodshed and some people talk about sour grounds, but at the same time a very beautiful and peaceful place. It's the yin and yang of this reality and once again how you live in. So let's have a look around. Let's see. Oh, so yeah, I was gonna say there was a Bigfoot report that we mentioned out of because we were also mentioning some Bigfoot. We'd like to throw Bigfoot in there since it is a Sasquatch channel here. But we get into other stuff related. Some might ask, some may or may want to ask, how does Bigfoot relate to the old world? Yeah, we talked about the old world and maps. Midwest Night Watchers has shown maps where they showed cryptids and stuff, and these hairy giant beings look like Sasquatches are on some of these maps as well. So yeah, I think they were around in those times also. And yeah, there's been some other channels with some good breakdowns of cryptids and in the old world. So that's how that ties in also. So we're keeping on the on the vibes here. And what else we got? Yeah, there was a bunch of little clips, also video clips I had set up that I should have shared during the true crime and in Bigfoot country episodes. Dang it. Yeah, it happens. Can't do it all. Try. All right, we got brother stepping in. What's up, bro? I'll give you a download right now. Gustavo sharing a link. Gracias, Gustavo. I'm not sure to what. Maybe it's to his channel. There's Jeff. What up, Jeff? We at the beach today. What's going on, brother? Yeah, break out the bubbly, Jeff. Judy's here. Later, bro. See, this brother just came through and he was very calm, very all good. But there's been times where it's been questionable. I was like, hey, bro, where you at? Because I need you here. Anyway, little behind the scenes there. Unreal, what's up? Cheers, cheers. Unreal estate agent. And I wanted to greet, who was it? Someone sent a message from the live earlier. Oh, what up, David? I see you right here. He dropped the message also, but it was a name that was a bit new to me. So I don't know. Welcome to all the new subscribers. And you know what? I haven't been posting anything for like the members only special because I did a few and I didn't see. Well, maybe because there's not that many members. There's quite a few of you. So yeah, salute to you all. And but I noticed you out. All right. Okay. Gotcha. Bros making a run. So we're holding down the fort. Good evening, Jackie Barnes. Good to see you. Yeah, some of the videos that I made for the members didn't get all that many views, which, you know, it's all good. But I was just like, well, if just a few people are checking it, why make it just for them? We might as well just show everybody. So I guess until we get something worthy of members only, everyone will be watching what we'll be posting. Haven't been posting too much. Been switching gears to these lives and finally have my background that I wanted. I know lately it was popping up the old background, but it's all good. And also figuring out a few other things, little mistakes, learning curves, I guess you could call them instead of mistakes. Learning as we go, learning how to navigate this stream. Arg. Like Bigfoot Michigan Rob. We got to get him a pirate flag or something. Seen Flag Man down there. I got to see if he's got any pirate flags. And again, hotbox that chat. 420 friendly folks. And again, anything we should be checking out later tonight. We actually have daytime stringers. One guy up in, I think he's in Sacramento doing some daytime stuff. The boys were out last night, of course, Friday night. But it was actually, I don't want to say quiet, but for Friday, long weekend, it was, thank goodness, it wasn't too cray-cray out in LA. But always things popping off for sure. And I'm sure someone's like, stringers? So let's see. Let's get into some of these live cameras really quick, unless anything. Oh, yeah, we're talking about this report. All right, not doing too bad. I think this lion's mane is working. I have been sipping on my mushroom coffee. So even though I'm bouncing all over the place, I'm able to remember and even some extra little things. So I'm not drawing complete blanks here, folks. We're keeping the conversation going. And who else is live? Let's see. We could check really quick. Hopefully, we're not stepping on anyone's toes. And of course, that plane flight still quite the topic out there. Firefighters quickly gain control. Let's see. KCAL 9 News. Brush fire burning in or near Coldwater Canyon. Heads up there. Let's see. Is this it? No. So there was a Bigfoot report when we were talking about Mendocino during the True Crime in Bigfoot Country streams, and it's two of them. We did two different streams. I think our stream dropped. It crashed. So we fired it back up and got it going. So there's two parts to that. And there's going to be more because they don't stop. But let's see. Oh, that was one there. I got another one. There's actually a couple Bigfoot reports and throwbacks that we should have read off that day, but or that night. Let's see. And now it's hiding from me again. So there's this one. Let's see. Is this it? Humboldt County? No. We'll just pull something up meanwhile. And I wanted to pull this article up just to give those that have no idea about Northern California and the amount of Bigfoot activity Even BBC got articles on it. There's all sorts of articles. And that report was actually a BFRO report. And I mentioned that it was, here it is. So people have gotten on the BFRO for not reporting strange details to Bigfoot reports. And actually, we seen recently, reading off some reports off of the BFRO lately, that they have been including. We read one with orbs, and there might have been one or two others that were on the strange tip. And this one, again, I should have read for that little series we did the other night on true crime in Bigfoot country. And this is out of Mendocino County. And it's a 2007 report during winter, December. It's the 15th. And it could be that I read it, but I thought for some reason, I don't remember it. And we were touching on the Covelo area, Round Valley. And in case I did read it, I'm gonna go through it really quick. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we'll read these later tonight, possibly. Let's see, it's 6 o'clock. So I'm gonna start wrapping things up here. Gonna get out of here by 7. Yeah, let's save this for tonight or the next stream. A lot of times I say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go live later on," and I don't. Things happen. A lot of times I hesitate too. Other people will go live, and I just don't want to, step over their lives. And I know a lot of people have their schedules. I need to learn their schedules. And but I do enjoy going on, freestyling it, random hours, late night. It's a certain energy at night too. Uh, but yeah, no, it's also fun doing it here at the shop as well. And yeah, we'll get into this is a paranormal report. So let's see, paranormal investigator describes encounter near Covelo. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just a paranormal investigator giving his report. We'll have to read and check it out. So we'll keep this on the tabs here. And then what else? We have another one from Redheaded Black Belt that we'll get into also out of Mendocino there. Where are you at? Right there. And this one, I do believe I shared it way back as a post. You could see Redheaded Black Belt there website. It walked hunched a deer hunter's encounter with Bigfoot in the Mendocino County mountains 49 years ago. And this one was from 2023, I believe. So now 50 and some change years ago. So we'll read that report there. Like that rock. I'm telling you, it reminds me of that rock that's on the where the orbs appeared on the land that we talk about quite a bit. And you know what? Speaking of that, the other day I was trying to pull up a picture to show people maybe some of the new subscribers, some of the orb activity we've been mentioning that we used to get on the property there. And I do have those. Let's see. I do have them available. Let's see. Here's one. Whoops. All right. Oh, I'll have to try that again. Let's see. How do I get out of here? All right. We'll try again here. Oh, I see. Watch what we'll do I'm gonna make myself. I'm gonna shrink. The dwarf is gonna shrink even further here for a second as I pull up a. As I try to pull up a video. There we go. And this is a video that has been posted. So some of you, it was Chris Jarvis who mentioned, "Hey, you still living in that place where the orbs?" Because I used to live stream these things. And so and most of the time recently I would just show just little short clips. I didn't show any of the longer videos, but there's several live streams of the orbs popping up and me doing whatever you want to call it, commentary, or I was just speaking my mind while this stuff was happening. So if you want to get some insight of what I was thinking and feeling, might want to check some of those videos out. But and they're buried way down in the channel. I'm talking years back. And you could go under the lives. And here we go here. All right. What's up, brother? You just missed him, bro. He said it's be 20 minutes. He said. So. Got the orb queued up. Nice and bright. There's nothing but woods there. Fully zoomed. All right, stepped away there for a second and actually remembered to hit the mute button. So off to one side, there's a giant rock, just like we seen in that Mendocino article there, but this rock is bigger than that. And for some reason, I just think, and there was other rocks much smaller around the area and the land there that just look kind of weird. And I'm sure that big rock, I've named it before, has a name to it. And it's the name of some people that lived in the area, locals, natives also. It's named after them. Anyway, I think something about that rock maybe attracts certain things to the area there. But yeah, this is a nice bright one there, and it's actually in the trees. Luckily, we're able to see it nice and clear. And you could tell it's not a flashlight. I think if it were, you could totally tell like it'd probably be moving around, like flashing light in certain directions. Got a good view of it. And yes, they would move around. All the things you hear people say about orbs, these things would do. It'll get real bright and then kind of blurs out. And I want to emphasize on the orbs. The more you stare at it, it tends to bounce around sometimes. Right now it's stationary, it seems. And it's at its usual location. Bump up the audio there a bit. This is a good sign. It might be good tonight. So I'll set up a few things up. I got the game cams out for what it's worth, and the flares are charged up, and got the audio recorder ready to go. Squatching from home, squatching from the porch.
We'll see what happens.
All right. Hopefully you're able to see that. I remembered that mute button. I'm telling you, the linesman, that mushroom coffee is working, folks. Remembering to hit the mute button, turning the volume down here. Yeah. All right. So 6:10. And I keep saying all right, because it's all right. Jonocide, roll one up, buddy. Yeah, let's start wrapping things up. Oh, yeah, let's do a little audio. We could do a little audio sound check. Again, we're going to do a little scratch test. This is just a test.
This is just a test
Of the emergency broadcast system. Yeah, let's try to do a little scratching and cutting, see how the audio. So I'm going to check it later, see how it sounds, see how it's sounding. Maybe I need to make some adjustments. I don't know. But here we go. I'm going to do it without headphones this time because the music is also, it's going to be playing through here. So you'll We back? Yeah, let's do this little sound check really quick. Things are starting to buffer over here. All right. Yeah, last time I used my headphones, which is hindering me a bit. So I got to figure all that out, get used to scratching in the headphones. Let's pull this up. Let's see if we got this. Let's see if we got this ready to go. Trying to see how would it be? Okay, let's do it like that. But then that means, let's see. There we go. So let me do this. Got it up on the screen. Close that. We'll bring tractor back up and like that. So next, we'll check to see if, yeah, I've been having to do these weird adjustments every so often. It'll kick me off. It'll kick my right turntable off. And I have to readjust things, but I think I have everything set up ready to go. Follow me, camera.
Follow me, camera.
Yeah. Hey, yo, who want beef now?
Can y'all hear that? Just warming up the fingers again. All right, not sounding 100, but hey, I'm always very critical of my scratching and DJing, but hey, little practice. We're still just feeling it out. It's weird when I'm not practicing, all my cuts and stuff come through, but when you're live, it's like, oh man, it's all of a sudden it's like it's different. And I'll have to be doing more of that just to get used to doing it live and getting my real flow going. I'm not in the groove there, folks. I'm a little bit off. I'm a little shaky, nervous, and that happens. But it's all good. We got this. All right, y'all. I'm gonna wrap it up here. And yeah, I appreciate that, Tyler. Appreciate all of you coming through, hanging out for a little bit. And more scratching. Still got the fidget fader here nearby. Yeah. Just to get my scratch on there. It's much slower and like, oh. Yeah, and actually my needle here, I need a new stylus. Show you. Here, let's get out of here. This is by DJ Qbert, the Ortofon Qbert needle. Super cool design there. But yeah, the stylus, so there's the needle there, which your parents always say, don't touch, right? Yeah, that one, I don't know. Someone bent it. So that comes off. So we don't need a whole cartridge, just the stylus. And it'll help from the needle bouncing around. And I talked about getting the turntables tuned. And then the right turntable's been acting weird. It'll speed up or just turn off on its own. And these things are over 30 years old. So yeah, I've had them let's see, I've had them, I think that long. Over 25 years for sure. All right, y'all. Let's try to hit this outro. Much love to you all. Maybe we'll see you later. And much love from Sky's the Limit Smoke Shop, NorCal, Southern Oregon, Bigfoot Project. Yes. And anyone wanting to drop an email or link up with us, shoot it. All right, can we get a little música? All right, Silver Shamrock by Carl Casey. Dark synth wave. We'll get into that too one of these nights, about that whole like revival of of synth music, synthesizers, and heard someone talking about that and how they're using that almost like a programming of some sort of psyop. Who knows? One love, everyone.